Radiant team ban.
Even if his impact in game.
Troll's gone.
Yep. Able to cancel this Night Stalker early is quite important, and a Night Stalker doesn't. Oh, look at that beautiful fissure again. Thank God for the Sanking Amber Strike. Night Stalker has to find a way in the trees. 3-3 though, still chase. Cuckoo decides it's not a good idea to go under that tower. In the top lane, we're also seeing Ace just harassing AU out of the lane, but there's nothing much they can do unless the Wraith King wants to join in. And they're preparing their own team fight. Gabby brings one skeleton though. That's not enough.
Gonna hit the wolves instead. Whack him. Nice deny, Gabby. Beautiful stuff under the tower. Go on, get another one, buddy.
This is the excitement of the early game with a Wraith King liking lane, right? Just, oh my god, those denials.
I genuinely get excited when people have sick deny plays under tower. Bottom lane, 3-3, really nice TP. The trouble is, Tim's here with that Fissure will cancel you out, and Cuckoo's damage, it's looking powerful. Spotted shield from PPD. Shuts it all down though, remove the sticky napalm charges.
Mid.
Cuckoo unable to finish it off as mid lane Armel dropped. Rotation from Saxa into Father's lane. That Lesh Sanking combo we were talking about in the draft.
Yeah. And this is one of the strengths, right, that NIP has right now. Being able to get that kill with Leshrac, whereas the DK brings little kill potential to the lane until he gets that level of Dragon Tail, if he does get her early. Which means you have the chance to kill Dragon Eye, especially before he gets those levels of Dragon Blood in, and if the harassment by Lesh is good. NIP, maybe another rotation. Night Stalker's joining in. It's during the daytime, but the damage might just be sufficient. Or maybe 3-3 is just changing lanes, so he's just scaring them in the meantime. Yeah, that makes more sense.
They've put the Lycan bottom. They want him.
Yeah.
And the Abaddon to be against that Batrider at all times. Top lane, Sand King, Saxa, cutting through the trees. He's inside his Sandstorm. And no reveal here for TNC, as they are still yet to place their observer ward. It's 4 minutes in almost. Not a single observer has been placed by this Dire squad. That's a little unusual. You know, Team Liquid, for example, we were talking about yesterday. They like to place that one observer, keep the second one for kind of 7 minutes in or so, place it down for the bounty runes, for the shrines, to go and play aggressively in towards them. TNC just opting to hold all of their vision. But they don't care.
I mean,
I think this comes down to like how solid their lanes are. Like, does Gabby care? He's big. Yeah, Ace is dead bottom. Cuckoo goes for the solo kill now, being chased by PPD. Tims has arrived though. Doesn't want to pop the shield too early on. Needs that block out of the Fissure. But like TNC don't care, Wraith King don't care, Dragon Knight don't care. If they get ganked, maybe they die, but the commitment from NIP is going to open up the entirety of the map for the rest of TNC.
I can see, to be fair, that this is what I was talking about in the draft, right? TNC has more consistent lanes and pretty solid ones at that. You can get kills at them, but like for example, Sux is trying to do an AU in the top lane, gonna finally desist. But it's not the easiest of endeavors. You have to commit quite a lot to that, and even then your TPs might just be able to save your teammates. So the vision might not always be that important, but once you get to your, like, you get a bit of vision here, if you can tell, for the rotations. That's it, because later on you have a much more important vision control when you actually come online with your whole team. Top lane, by the way, Sax is finding the middle of Sandstorm, which puts the poor Wraith King in a pickle. Gabby gonna try to get that kill, gets it before he dies, but 3-3 will finish off AU for staying a bit too long. It's finally nighttime. It's time for him to hunt, and the Void will come out to ensure AU does not get to that shrine.
And I was watching that from start to finish. 3-3 comes out of nowhere. Suddenly it's nighttime. Wraith King and Oracle thought they had the play. They got the bounty rune under the nose of that Sand King, I believe. Yeah, Gabby did grab one up. So they got that at least, but 3-3 cleaning up beautifully. I do miss my first kill of the game. Cuckoo gonna drop to the tower though. The bottle charges. Ignore me, I'm wrong. Cuckoo stays alive through it all. Ace is turned around on now by AU and Tims. Man, that Batrider surviving. He even had a salve. He had a salve, he had bottle. Doesn't care about tower hits.
I like the choice of going for the bottle early, something that a lot of offlaners are starting to pick up with the new bounty runes and whatnot. Especially for a Batrider that wants to play offensively, it gives you so many more options, especially if he goes later for the trial boots as well. It's going to be a nice item to synergize with those, or perhaps the Chinese Batrider build with the drums. Up top though, we're seeing Gabby. Yep, there's a stun though on the Sand King. Is this going to continue? 3-3, I mean, they're near a shrine. Yeah, it seems like a tall order. Let Gabby go. At least you're pushing him out of lane, so overall you're still You're still getting the win.
Dragon Knight at 32 and 13 now. Starting to amass a lead over the Leshrac.
Not a big deal yet, though.
Decent for rest of NIP. Like, is Sand King? I'm looking at Sax's CS. He's got 16 creep kills on a position 4 Sand King. Sharing the check net worth in a couple of minutes as AU looks fine bottom. PPD and Fata just poking and prodding a little bit there.
I think that's appropriate, though. You want your Sand King to get some, especially the early Blink Dagger if you're playing position 4. Feels weak otherwise. And Night Stalker's not so independent. Look at his build as well. Went for a medallion. Not particularly a build we see sometimes with Vanguard Basher, but rather more of a utility Night Stalker. The sharing of farm with this position 4 Sand King is something we don't see often. Well, as often nowadays, but back in the day it was the thing, you know. Position 4 Sand King used to just farm jungle for a solid 10 minutes and get a Blink Dagger, then finally fight. And now with the new build where you don't actually max Burrow Strike, that Blink Dagger is even more important. Oh, up top though. 3-3 uses that first ultimate of the game. Gabby doesn't have a reincarnation, just finally got the point for it, but is he gonna... Yeah, he's gonna grab the reincarnation. Sacrifice on level 1, reinforcements are here. Armel comes in, Dragon Tail in hand, and Sand King double stun. No need to actually chain them if you have the damage to kill him in time.
3-3 flaps his wings. Ryan create some distance between him and the rest of TNC.
Ooh, he just barely got over that coat.
Ending. And Tim's there, not really near enough for a Fisher, and it was on cooldown anyway, so killing 3-3 there. Distance between him and the rest of TNC.
Ooh, he just barely got over that coat.
Ending. Cuckoo putting a lot of pressure bottom lane. Tim's there, not really near enough. Ace has been able for a Fisher, and it was on cooldown anyway, so killing 3-3 there. Distance between him and the rest of TNC. Keep that acceleration.
Ooh, he just barely got over that coat.
Cuckoo putting a lot of pressure bottom lane. Tim's there, not really near enough. Ace has been... They can get in onto a tier 1. I'd like to see him TP top and make a play there as mid lane. They go for the catch. Onto PPD. He is the position 5 Abaddon, but it still is. Bonus gold for that DK. Line his pockets. Move towards the Hand of Midas, which he has queued up, as does the Wraith King. TNC double Midas strat coming out for the Filipino squad.
Are we gonna see a Radiant's Wraith King then, and then the Dragon Knight building into more mid-game items? Because we have seen a lot of Radiant's Dragon Knights in the recent pickups. What are the builds exactly here? Who goes for the greediest build?
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, do you maybe consider a Maelstrom on the DK after the Midas?
I like the Armlet, to be honest. I mean, it's old, but effective against Lycan, for example, who has to catch up to you so you can toggle between.
Potentially here we see something similar to what Liquid have been going for, and it's that early BKB. You know, it could be Midas into BKB, and then you transition your damage a little bit later on. Because you know that NIP's timing is reasonably early. That Lycan, Leshrac, Sand King, Night Stalker, they all hit that, 17 to 25 minute window pretty hard with their level 10s, with their primary items. They want to push and take objectives. Even now, 10 minutes in, they want to shove towards tier 1s, try and secure the bounty runes at 10 minutes. TNC prepping for the runes, leaving that objective mid open so far for NIP to gather around, take that tier 1. Bounty runes attempted by PPD bottom, but it's double for TNC there. Saxa will get both up north. So NIP get the objective mid, they get that tier 1, which opens the map, allows them to collapse in onto the triangular farm to the east, the jungle to the north. Also opens Roshan for them, for that Lycan especially, with the medallion help from 3-3.
Oh.
He silences and he TPs, the fish is there though to cancel it out, and 3-3 stuck. Trapped under the sticky napalm of Cuckoo. And finished off by Tims, who is closing in on that money for Blink Dagger now.
It's a good silence play, right? Trying to stop the lasso, but unfortunately, you never count on Tims being there. I will say Tims has been positioned perfectly for a lot of these initiations. Just kind of a long-range fissure every single time. You wonder, where has Tims been going, and always in position for these ganks. Rotating reactively, predicting where NIP is going to try to go. And you stop a lot of the early game pressure NIP was clearly planning on putting on you. And now we're going to see a bit of a shift, perhaps, now that Ace is closing in on the Necronomicon. He has the Helm of the Dominator on him already. And I want to see as well Leshrac starting to build up that Yule Scepter. Still a whiles to go for Fata, but eventually, once he gets it, it'll be a great escape mechanism for what TNC wants to throw at him. And then maybe they start pushing a bit more effectively.
Yeah, right now NIP just defending their towers systematically, setting up across the map. bottom and mid, not allowing TNC any openings. Same time, simultaneously pushing into tier 2 with a catapult wave. Fortunately, Gabby has his Hand of Midas now to kill off the catapult immediately. 3-3 Fata, Saxa, and Ace all gathered up here together in this dire jungle. They're spotted out completely by the observer wards. AU has been setting these up really nicely to give that full vision of the 3-3 squad.
I like it, actually. I like the defensive wards that TNC decided to go for afterwards. They know they don't have... The onus is not on them to initiate right now, but rather on NIP. Or not necessarily initiate, but just take a single kill or a pick off so that you can later on go and take some towers. Because NIP is lacking currently that team fight to be able to just take them head on a 5-on-5. Or at least pressure towers, hope for initiation, and then, you know, counter initiate. You're currently looking and waiting for TNC to make a mistake, take the pick off, and hopefully take an objective.
Exactly. It's exactly what we said in the draft. When we saw these heroes picked, you've got the DK, the Wraith King, the frontliners to push out lanes, show yourselves on the map and give a target to your opponents. Then you've got these 3 fog heroes basically that come out smoke, like the Bat and the Oracle. They will catch this Lycan now with the damage they've got. They burst through him completely. 3-3 now being chased. Flaps his wings, gets over the hills and far enough away. TNC can't continue on. Fata looking for a reinitiation though. He wants to continue. Move on to Cuckoo. Saxa there with a Sandstorm and Burrow Strike to control that Bat Rider up. Get themselves a 1-for-1 trade. Maybe they can get that tier 2 top now. Need objectives, NIP.
Regeneration.
Okay, well, let's see if they can take it. Tim's is left alone, and Tim's not helping his team. They tell him with a false promise still. So as the Echo Summons to get away from that silence first. Not gonna die here. Oh, that miscurl hurts him a bit, but not enough to kill him off. And he actually heals back up to full HP thanks to that false promise. For now, they continue to fight here as Lycan is joining in, shapeshift ready. He wants to at least get the kill on the support. He's gonna find AU. AU is the first to fall as they now closing on Armel. This poor Dragon Knight being harassed by a zoo of units. Armel cannot get away. It seems as a Dragon Tail off, but 3-3 still chasing after him. Void ready. Armel just body blocked by Ace's units and killed off in the end with one of the stomps. Good job there. NIP taking down 3 and now finally have the chance to go for an objective.
Now that Lycan respawning, coming back in. TNC just overstaying their welcome there. You know, a nice little kill, a pick off. They get the 1-for-1 trade, but they need to get the hell out immediately after that. Sticking around on that shrine, Tim's getting caught, and then they get stuck in that Save Your Buddy syndrome where Oracle saves Earthshaker. Dragon Knight wants to come in and save the Oracle, and then they all end up dying together, holding hands into their grave. NIP, good play into this jungle, even under a dire observer ward though. Continuing to keep that pressure on the top lane. Now they can open it up for mid-tier 2 for Roshan.
Yeah,
not getting any vision. PPD has 2 obs and 2 sentries. I'd love to see him, you know, get at least some vision down in this jungle spot.
Oh,
Sentries, so he doesn't observe.
3-3.
Bottom lane.
Trouble.
Lasso into the Night Stalker.
The sun bleach my bone.
And there we go. 3-3's down.
Oh, PPD, come on. Oh, gets the D ward. And here comes the rest of the team. PPD has called for reinforcements. It's warding time. This is what you do in your pubs, guys. When you go warding as position 5, you don't go alone. You tell your team to follow me. We need to go wards. Protecting your obs and protecting your sentries, very important part of Dota 2.
It actually is. A high-level play, you see that much more, especially now with the sentries change, right? Now protecting sentries is actually something really important. And not just gold, but it's you might actually be out of sentries. So getting the vision there and essentially means the control of a spot for quite a while. Now we see 2 ops coming out on Cuckoo, by the way, who's going to be warding himself. He has the higher movement speed. And there's something else that also a lot of competitive teams do, which is give your wards to whomever has the highest movement speed or mobility in the team, because he's the easiest to put them down. He actually puts a ward right next to the enemy ward, which is unfortunate because I think they saw this. And they might be able to de-ward this for poor Cuckoo.
He's got the boost of travel as well, so he can flap around the map, get out there faster. So Dragon Knight, BKB after the Midas, getting ready for these coming team fights. You know, the next Roshan fight or the next push from NIP is going to really set the tempo of this game.
Yeah. I like the BKB pickup you mentioned earlier. It was a good call. Because now NIP will have to face a Dragon Knight that's obviously immune to physical damage already and can't be killed with its tanking epicenter or the Leshrax Pulse Nova. What do you do? We'll see now, because they're starting to initiate. There's no BKB yet, though. Silence up the Oracle. Perfect, and they can kill him off. Get a false promise off. That's ideal. AU is gone. Gabby, a bit harder of a kill, because he still has the reincarnation, but they'll bring him down at least once. They set up for a second kill. Nah, they're thinking about it, but they're behind the tier 2. They can't even push to the tier 3s. It's much better to just go for the tower instead. Still taking advantage of the Dark Ascension. And at least the tier 2 will fall. TNC, nothing to do as Saxa guards this tier 2 with a Sandstorm.
Man, Sax is showing off his blink there in style. The debut of the Sand King blink comes in, catches both of them, the Oracle and the Wraith King, as a backwards burrow strike. Blinking forward, burrowing back. Beautiful play by Saxa there, right on the money. Makes sure there's no chance. Save, poor little AU. 9-9, NIP, 17 minutes in, have taken pretty much every objective they need to. Bottom lane tier 1 and tier 2 on the Dire side are reasonably meaningless as kind of a Radiant team that wants to push in, take Roshan, and then take the inner objectives of the base. You kind of want to be playing in this northern Dire jungle, bounce between both top and mid lane. But it's money waiting to be collected. I don't think TNC mount serious defenses of these towers. There's no way they can come and deward. It's very difficult for them to make that jump, and they are still 600 gold away from the Tim's Blink Dagger. So that teamfight contribution that they need from the Earthshaker just isn't there yet. So they need more time. They need a little bit more time here, TNC. 3-4 minutes. They could be on the route to victory. But NIP, they are marching to their own rhythm. They are setting the tempo for this one. Ace pummeling down this bottom lane. Easy towers to take.
Yeah, that was... and that actually, I think it matters, the Sand King Blink Dagger time versus the Earthshaker Blink Dagger you're talking about. They prioritize a lot of farm on the Sand King position 4. They get early Blink Dagger, which means you have a pretty solid initiation now for NIP, whereas TNC is still struggling a bit behind because they haven't divided the farm as much. And you can see a bit of a difference here. Now, NIP starting to think about the tier 3s, but still a bit difficult to go into the high ground. The Batrider defends that pretty nicely, so does the Dragon Knight now with level 2. Splash damage is really good at clearing those creep camps away. And you still have the false promise. While you have the high ground advantage, it's a bit difficult to catch out the Oracle. You don't have the storm we were talking about earlier. Lycan can't just walk in as easily. You can still stun him out mid shapeshift. See a smoke gank though by TNC. Let's see where this leads.
Yeah, so they pushed the top lane all the way to tier 2, took the tier 1, nearly killed tier 2. It's now on 500 HP. But this is the smoke for Roshan. This is where they know that NIP didn't push high ground bot or mid. They fell back to defend their objectives, mid and top. So this is where NIP are going to be set up and ready to push in to this Dire jungle, to cut the map, to open the Roche pit. TNC, unfortunately, don't get the jump they needed. Even with that Wraith King Radiance, they're feeling tentative, want the high ground advantage. They fall back to their shrine, get the strategic positioning here to make sure they have that upper hand for this coming team fight against NIP, because it needs to happen. A team fight needs to happen. NIP are going to force it, one way or the other.
Yeah, and that wolf giving vision, this is what you talked about in the drafting phase. The Lycan Wolves give you a huge advantage when it comes to these kind of initiations, allowing you to have the vision to know exactly where to initiate and where TNC might be positioned. It ensures that even though you don't have the greatest initiation, you still have that slight advantage in the element of surprise. And this surprise is going to be a good one. Smoke gank, they managed to get to the high ground before they actually initiate. Void ready, they want to stop Armel, but they can't quite catch up to him. Now the Yule Scepter, okay. But they dispel that, stopping the Split Earth combo. Well played there, AU. And he laughs, of course he laughs.
I thought Cuckoo was going to just die there, get obliterated, and then NIP transition and convert into some objectives, but it's just a bouncy rune grab. Cuckoo takes up one top. Here's the rest of NIP will take the remaining 3. TNC dodge a bullet though. If they lose a couple of heroes there before the BKB of Dragon Knight, before that Batrider is ready to play, NIP could very easily just walk up your high ground, take tier 3 or even barracks. And now they have that Blink Dagger. They've got their timing. It's 20 minutes in. They've got Batrider ready with Boots of Travel drums. Wraith King has the Radiance. Would ideally like his Blink Dagger now himself, but that Earthshaker Blink Dagger is all they've been really waiting for.
And we'll see when they get
the fight needs to happen. Like, a clash needs to happen for Roshan to be taken.
TNC is thinking about it without new Blink Dagger, and they do have the BKB on the TK as well. These might make a difference. They have a smoke on the curve, yes they do. As a 4-man smoke with Wraith King as usual, the bait. Are they going to be too late? I think they'll come out on time. The Roshan has not fallen as quickly as I expected, even with the medallion, but PPD is there to break the smoke. The ever-sacrificial support knew the smoke was coming. He's not going to give his life for this, though. He actually positions himself properly, but... Oh, wait, maybe he is. I spoke too soon, PPD. There's always a chance to die. There's the lasso right after the borrowed time, and they at least want to guarantee this kill. Abaddon will go down, and this might be the reason why NIP decides to leave the Roshan alone for a while.
He does have buyback, so if TNC made any rash movement into the pit, for example, he has that fallback plan. There it is, Burrow strike in, Saxa starts it off, he yulls up on the DK, he will catch him, but he has a BKB still to fall back on. The back line is being approached though. Earthshaker gone, Tim's is down to no blink echo, false promise, expended by AU1 himself, as the reincarnation will bring Gabby back to the ladder living. Saxa's there, two-man Burrow, beautiful from NIP as they force the execution of TNC. This poor Batrider will have to wander on away from Ace. The Wraith King is trapped between Saxa and Fata, just being ripped limb from limb. He turns to battle, but it will not be enough. Batrider, last man standing, pops his drums, tries to retreat. Maybe a Firefly and a Boots of Travel away will get him to safety. But that's NIP showing what they've got. A swift buyback, beautiful initiation from Saxa, and a great team fight victory.
Sax has been on point, you know. In the case of TNC, they have a more consistent, and I was talking about this, easier initiation, but if you get amazing burst strikes like the one Sax has been getting, you know, who needs an Earthshaker, right? He's been getting fantastic initiations. Those epicenters also pretty important. He went for the Veil of Discord build, even if he was a support Sanking, so he still deals a considerable amount of damage. And we have NIP with a slight 4K lead, but executing their plan as they plan to, with all the tier 2s finally fallen, and now hoping to look for the Roshan into those tier 3s. Let's see if they're able to do so, because TNC is currently guarding this Roshan with their life, and an Earthshaker has an Echo Slam ready to be used if they do see NIP going into that pit. For now, NIP will just farm.
Yeah, we saw exactly what you talked about earlier on as well. The Night Stalker on the Earthshaker with that silence. Even if it's just, you know, 1-2 seconds, you can't blink, you can't Fisher, can't Echo. Tim's completely worthless in that fight, even with the freshly purchased Blink Dagger. So his positioning now has to be even more crisp, even cleaner. He has to find the little pockets where he can stay out of vision. So dewarding and rewarding for AU and Tim's prime objective right now. Give them vision so they can team fight properly, because they need that Blink Echo to win a fight. There is no doubt about it. You can tank with your DK and Wraith King all you want, but if you don't have that control and damage from the Echo Slam, you are lacking here as TNC.
I'm gonna sneak in the Roshan now. TNC, Cuckoo is the only one to go in for now. He's like, yep, they're definitely in there. But there's a Dark Ascension used as nighttime. That cuts some of the vision from TNC, which means NIP will get a free Aegis, immediately smoke up. TNC, they caught them kind of by surprise, or just maybe they stopped caring about the Roshan. They were too far away anyway to respond, and they will find AU out of position here. Silent stop and killed off. 3-3 clawing him to death as Armel is forced to BKB TP. That's his 10-second BKB lost in a simple, oh no, 9-second BKB, sorry, in a simple TP.
And he's going Maelstrom, yeah. I think this is the build. Midas BKB Maelstrom, what I said earlier on. With that Wraith King going the Radiance, you need a bit of AoE damage there. Bit of magic damage from Armel as well. Probably, I would say maybe an Assault Cuirass comes next for DK after the Maelstrom. Potentially finish off the Mjolnir, but we'll find out. Direction he goes. The Wraith King is also lining up that BKB for himself. TNC need more time. Yeah, again, we are in a position where NIP, front foot forward, they are the aggressors. They are the team on the offense. TNC very much still on the defense. Even using Dragon Form to farm. Armel's just out here killing creeps.
This used to be the thing, though. I used to just stack the Ancient for a level 2 Dragon Knight Ultimate and just farm it. Played a very safe game. It seems to be the plan for TNC. Until now, they just haven't taken, you know, the damage from NIP. They sacrificed their tier 2s without giving too much. And now they're just hoping to defend their tier 3s, but not trying to commit too much, except for Cuckoo, who's going on a suicidal run here. Thank God for those drums. That could have been very dangerous. Yule Scepter was almost in range there. Well, TNC is just trying to shove the lane as much as they can, but they eventually have to defend the high ground. It's up against a Lycan. It's not going to be the easiest defense. All of NIP is now starting to surround the tier 3 tower up top. while TNC forced to TP. Wraith King is still hoping to push out that bottom lane a bit. Maybe he'll be a bit too late and they'll lose a tier 3 in the process. That ball does not care about the pipe. And goes Cuckoo. Ooh, that lasso is not... Oh, maybe yes, because Fata's blocked. That was actually a block. Fata can't get away. Finally, the Fissure gets off. And Cuckoo cannot get that lasso in time. Gabby now blinks forward, hoping to catch out Fata. There's the flame break. They will get him, push him back, kill off Fata quickly. But no, the Epicenter from behind. Saksa stops the Wraith King, who's going to force a reincarnation here. No, never mind. The Wraith King just killed off in the backlines as they divide the team fight completely, so he can't get back. He still has the Radiance. They need to catch him against the Burst Strike to force the BKB. And Night Stalker just chasing after Cuckoo, gets the kill as Gabi is just golden and unkillable, but they don't care very much about him. Ace is ready to just take on these racks. He has an Economic on level 3 ready as well. Now off cooldown again as the Dark Ascension finally ends, so the damage to these racks has already been done. And TNC has little they can do. They can't really fight this. Unable to catch anyone, the damage is missing, and you don't have that lasso, which didn't come out, so TNC, unfortunately, can't get any counter kills from this.
Tims would love to have level 2 Echo Slam, not feeling that the Blink level 1 Echo would do anything to stop NIP taking the barracks there. Quick, clean execution by PPD and the boys. They get in, they take the barracks, they get out and take the shrine. Nice little team fight victory over TNC. You see how difficult it is for TNC to position themselves, because NIP have, in this draft, in this beautiful execution that they're showing coming out of the laning phase and into this mid-game, Night Stalker, Sand King, and even the Lycan closing the gap onto the Oracle, blowing up the Oracle, blowing up the Earthshaker, taking out the Batrider. They do not focus the Dragon Knight or Wraith King at all. They leave them. They take out the supporting cast. They know that the save power, the counter initiation from them is too powerful.
The division of the team fight there by Night Stalker as well, quite fantastic, making the reincarnation a much less impactful ultimate, because yes, you reincarnate, you have a bait now, congratulations, but your Wraith King's left completely alone because TNC can't fight while Night Stalker's chasing after them. That's the power of a Dark Ascension, at least for now. You know, later on this won't be as important, but with the 100 bonus damage and the BKB, this Night Stalker becomes an unkillable force of nature that just chases down whomever he chooses to, and TNC can't really do much against them. They rely on their own initiation as well. We haven't seen a single Echo Slam in this game, at least not an impactful.
When Lycan's chasing you and critting you, and this, like you mentioned the damage on that Dark Ascension, 100 bonus damage. Oracle, where are we sitting? 1000 HP. Lycan hits you twice, Night Stalker hits you twice, and you're nearly dead. Like, you are genuinely nearly dead. Poor AU Oracle. He's got Urn queued up, and he might get there before the game ends. We'll see if NIP put TNC out of their misery. They've caught the Dragon Knight mid with that Yules and stun. The saves from the Oracle there with the Fate's Edict. Aegis expiring. Armel turns to face the Wolves. Smoke from TNC. Boy.
At least catch
Saka here with the vision. They're going to catch him. Nice chain stunning from Tims. Fortune's End going to be there. The burst strike to get away as Cuckoo chases forward. Will get the lasso in time, but
don't go there.
They've got a Yules up and an Aphotic Shield. Armel, Dragon Knight moves on forward with the BKB ready. He puts it out and takes him down. Sand King gone. And the Oracle's going to buy back into this 3-3. Charges for his BKB. Clears up Cuckoo. Armel's going to be the next one on the table. They've got a Lycan backstabbing the Dragon Knight, and Armel has nothing left to give. Just has to walk it off. Gabby tries to battle on through, but NIP have 5 heroes in the vicinity. A reincarnation and a rejoin from Cuckoo as they fight 2 versus 5 into this. A Black Echo. Finally he's in, but the Yules up immediately. No chain stun from the Earthshaker can come through. Ace will finally fall. And 3-3's caught on the tail end. A stun is all they need, but they will not have it.
Well, at least we saw an Echo Slam this time. I'm glad. This is the first time we see an Echo this game. It was a pretty effective 1-2, the catch chase as you mentioned. But still, that team play is not particularly going in your favor of your TNC. At least you get to delay the NIP's push, which is just what you're looking for. Eventually, you'll have enough farm to actually start dealing some damage. Ramioner still not available on the Dragon Knight. And Gabby's still looking for that Assault Cuirass. Double BKBs made them very tanky, but unfortunately they cannot really stop the NIP push with all those BKBs. Doesn't deal enough damage.
There's still a racks down though. Like, I just look at the map and I'm thinking, can TNC keep defending against these pushes? Because they're going to get another break. Oh, this is a dieback on Cuckoo. This is a big kill. If NIP can finish it off. Cuckoo's reasonably tanky though with the pipe. He's able to walk it off. Oh, no way can he survive this one. Tims has saved him and got him out. The Batrider does not die back. If that kill is gained by NIP, we could have been close to game over.
Yep, that was... I mean, this is something that Cuckoo usually gets called out for, which is his... call him risky plays, you know, when he from his time with playing with Eternal Envy. He's learned. And he does these plays that sometimes work out, sometimes don't. And this time he managed to get away, but that could have, as you mentioned, very well been game. Has to play a bit more defensively this game. They're playing a very defensive draft, and they just need to understand that. You know, start playing completely defensively, force NIP into bad engagements. When they make mistakes, punish them. Before that, you can't propose so many things. The lane shoving they've been doing has been good. Now they finally shifted to Gabby being the only person that actually pushes forward, as he's the hardest, obviously, to kill. Whereas the Batrider and the DK decide to farm the jungle or the closer creeps much better. So TNC slowly closing in terms of their map, which is not ideal, but at least you don't lose so many people as often. And IP's, I guess, timer is starting to tick away to win by now. They haven't won just yet. TNC is getting stronger, and your pushing potential is not going to matter as much as the game closes into a 40-minute or 50-minute game.
And going late game, feel pretty good as TNC. The Wraith King's, like you mentioned, he's the guy that they're putting out on the map, and I realize he's pretty big right now. Assault Durance, BKB, Radiance, a Pistol Blade nearly done. Moving towards it anyway. NIP. They want to secure this next Roshan. They find a beautiful catch onto Dragon Knight. Armel, half HP, BKBs, and has the backup of Cuckoo with the lasso onto Ace. Lacking Bar of Lycan is going to work, and the false promise saves Cuckoo from danger, and Gabby trapped. Will blink over the front lines of NIP to get towards his own tier 3 and safety. NIP throw a lot of action the way of TNC, and we can see the reactions there. Very much TNC to smoke out and play aggressively straight off the back of it, because they have the Blink Echo, they have the Reincarnation, their abilities are off cooldown. NIP now will be relying again on Saxa with that Epicenter Blink and Burrow Strike, but he's been jumped. He's been caught, he's been chain stunned, and he might just die. There's the Evoke Shield. Will not dispel off the Dragon Knight stun, though it came out after. And with the Saxa, Sand King falling and not having buyback, NIP might be in trouble. PPD's been chain stunned into oblivion as well. This poor Abaddon is being brought down. To his knees goes the King. And TNC, 2 quick kills, opens up this tier 2 mid.
Alright, so now it's time for them to actually start pushing, and for TNC to start being a bit more aggressive. That Mjolnir and a level 3 Dragon Form as well, making quite a difference for TNC's lineup. And now taking away, as you mentioned, that Sand King, no initiation for NIP for a while, means they could also potentially go for another kill as opposed to objectives. They're not too stressed out about getting those tier 2s, but yes, about getting the Lycan ideally. Oh no, Cuckoo, do not be alone here. The Purge stops him for a bit. Fireflies still not ready. Cuckoo will go down. They lost their potential lasso, and thanks to that shapeshift, they're not going to catch out the Lycan either, which means TNC won't be able to make much out of the Sand King or Abaddon kills. Cuckoo just a bit too fast. His team not quite behind him.
That one observer ward of NIP. Undoing TNC there. Roshan alive. And Batrider, does he not have buyback? 3 minutes. Without buyback on your bat, this could be just a free Aegis and cheese for Ninjas in Pajamas. That was the opportunity for TNC really to get back into the game.
I mean, it's only a 5k lead for NIP. It's not like they're completely out. They're just losing in terms of map control, right?
But like Aegis and cheese here for a Lycan team means it's like another lane of barracks, right?
That's a very good point, actually. The Aegis and cheese on Lycan is incredibly scary. Or actually, Aegis goes for Vata, but that's worse, actually.
Yeah.
For TNC.
Diabolic Edicts. Bloodstone now done of Vata as well.
Oof.
Because if you think of where TNC were going there, they get a couple of kills. If they defend top late, like they don't need kills top, as long as they defend top and push it out, they're able to go and play around Roshan. So they've got the map and lanes where they want them, thanks to the Skelly Bros, thanks to the nice little talent with the attack damage Skeletons for Gabby. Then they play into that Roche pit and contest NIP. But once again, TNC on the back foot. Once again, we will be keeping our eyes on Tim's Earthshaker. Level 2 Echo Slam ready with staff on top of the Blink Dagger now.
Okay, so we have now a team that seems to start to be shaping up in the case of TNC. They have some more reliable initiation. Rating also getting close to level 25, giving you another bout of counter initiation. Dragonet actually dealing damage now, with 180 gold Midtown also helping him out. Gabby could be in a bit of trouble though. The Radiant's really helping him out there. 3 misses in a row, finally gets the bash he was looking for. Sign still up, but Reincarnation, well, at least give him a second life. TNC need to save him, they just need to get him a bit closer. And for now, Night Stalker chased after the Earthshaker. He was able to get away in time as they blink Gabby away. Okay, BKB almost done for 3-3. He might have been gone a bit too far. He's like, sorry guys, I think I just committed suicide. TNC punishes him for that play. And this is the kind of game they wanted to play the whole time. Punish any bad mistake, play defensively, and if anything, lose your Reincarnation. No big deal. Now, NIP against
how close it was. 3-3 nearly just kills the Oracle. Like, he charges in, he nearly finds the Earthshaker and just nearly kills the Oracle. A little too deep.
That does mean for TNC that they get some breathing room out of the Night Stalker, right? They get to push out the lanes a bit, perhaps take a tier 2, nothing too major. But as long as this game goes longer for them, they're just quite happy with the situation. Getting Roshan, for example, attempt for them would also be quite major. And if they can wait out the Aegis, that's also a big deal. As you were saying, that could mean another lane of racks. For now, they're going to take a simple tier 2 and back out if they can. And the tier 2 is going to fall to the DK everything combination as they annoy Sux in the bottom lane. Make sure he's not doing any shenanigans there either.
Ace cuts that mid lane, shifts up to top. TNC will have to TP back to address this. They're going to get a nice look. They're going to get a deep ward. Oh, the blink back from Tims. Gets away from Fata. Immediate smoke from NIP now. Saxa tries to catch the Earthshaker. And it looks like they've got Tims with the Burrow Strike. Chain stun with the Split Earth. That Earthshaker is a goner. Dead for 50 seconds. He is 100 gold away from buyback. There's no way his team can get him that gold. Bounty runes in a minute. There's no... Oh, AU? Is AU going to die to like units? Oh my god, get away. 4 staff back by Cuckoo.
Okay, you need to wait 30 seconds now.
Oh, TNC. What's happened? And
survive.
They know what they need to do, though. Straight up onto high ground, multiple lanes at the same time.
Alright, TNC. What are you planning on doing? Lasso first? Cuckoo just getting that extra movement speed, making sure the creeps don't get close to the base. At least delay this as much as possible so they get the Earthshaker back. And I think NIP knows this. They can't fight with the Echo Slam available. Or maybe they can. They still have the Aegis on Fata. However, they don't think that's going to make too much of a difference for now. They can play a bit aggressively, but TNC has the tools to just restun him as he comes back in. Oh no, unless Gabby's out of position. They catch him with a Yulsipper first. This could be the loss of Reincarnation. And perhaps more of his teammates can't get to him in time. Gabby, for now, stops so he can't blink away. Use the skeletons. He's trying to bait out initiation. In goes Cuckoo, but that silence stops the lasso from coming out. Good blink by Gabby, though, ensuring he's not going to die a second time. And for now, the defensive plays continue. TNC not budging a single inch, acknowledging that if they move away from their tier 3s, they are dead. Only Gabby acting as bait.
Hold the lines. Bounty runes bottom. NIP get one of them. They feel like the map pressure, the lane shove, more important right now. Bot lane, so Fata takes it out. Saxa rotates top for the additional 2 bounties there. But you're damn right, TNC. Very much just holding this high ground, holding these ramps. Looking for Cuckoo though, NIP. 4 staff back. Ace will not be able to catch him. Shapeshift and Necro. Popped for that as the Aegis expiring. Fata loses out on it. Do still have that cheese over on the Night Stalker though, of course.
Yeah, that's something, I guess, but TNC is just scarier and scarier by the moment, right? As we've been mentioning this a lot, but NIP definitely did not want the game to come to this point. You look at items for NIP. Ace just bought a Scythe of Vice. He's no longer the carry here. He just wants to have the utility to end this game. Very useful, of course, but it's definitely not what you want if you would want to attempt a late game here. We're seeing Fata become more of a carry with a Kai and Sanjay build. I haven't seen this in a live track in a while.
Yeah. So Wraith King is now about 600 gold away from Abyssal and buyback. Gabby very aggressively pushing out that middle lane. Gets jumped as NIP make their move. Take him down to about half HP and look to continue now, but the Tim's Fisher will block any further advance. So they keep their reincarnation, they keep their BKB on Wraith King. Down to 8 seconds duration for Gabby. You can see push out bot lane, they've got to defend top, already naturally pushing in after losing that top barracks. Still a while to wait though for NIP, a minute and a half until Roshan even can potentially spawn. And this is still more time for TNC to scale on this Dragon Knight. Maybe get himself the Aghanim Scepter.
You know, I think it's actually quite a legit pickup. I would like to see an Axe as well with the stone on the Wraith King. I think it's quite a useful little item. And now we're going to see the smoke. Okay, TNC, they think it's the time to fight now. They finally have all the tools. They're going to catch Fata. And this time he has no agent, so he's going to go down once, and that's it. Goodbye, Fata. 600 gold given the way of Armel, but more importantly, no Leshrac for 80 seconds. PPD might be the second victim of this engagement. However, it's just the support. PPD not as important as losing your Leshrac there. PPD is taking quite a while though, and giving some space to his team to just run away. They tip him there, and now the push is going to start for TNC. Perhaps even threaten Roshan if it comes back in the next 50 seconds.
Immediately you see NIP scrambling. The moment Fata gets picked off there, sure, PPD is in the area to try and save. It's a beautiful Fisher from Tims to block the Abaddon out. But the movement from Ace, straight up towards top, push out that lane. Bottom lane, you've got this Night Stalker and Sand King. Push out that bottom lane, just try and get the waves closer to this dire base, just so Ace can make a move like this. Tier 3 dropped almost immediately there, forcing the Glyph, the BKB pop, the bashes need to come from Gabby, and he's got it. He's got the Abyssal Blade as well, so Ace has been caught. TP cancelled, pants down, turns with a Hex to try and break through that Oracle's HP pool, but they've got the Disables and the Chain Stuns to bring the Lycan to his knees. Slowly but surely, they'll take down Ace's Lycan, and he's gone for a minute and a half. Hey, Swordfish, he doesn't have a buyback.
Middle lane. Armel just got brought down. So
middle lane though. Oh, what's happening? Gabby moves forward, the Yule's up, Sand King saved. Saxon needs to burrow out, but they've got the lasso again with AU's Chain Stuns. The Disables there onto the SK, the Abyssal Blade to seal it all up beautifully in a package.
okay.
TNC with 2 quick kills, and Roshan in 1 minute 45.
This is bad for NIP. You know, the no buyback Lycan might allow you to position yourself properly for Roshan. He'll be in time for it though. So if TNC can now use this time to just shove out the lanes, gain that vision. Unfortunately, they cannot take that shrine because they haven't taken any tier 3s yet. So that Roshan shrine is still a huge advantage for NIP. But for now, TNC will just play defensively and just let this game go longer. You know, that's the plan, boys. Eventually, the 150 GPM down for Dragon Knight will be, well, just win you the game. Straight up, you'll be the most farmed hero in the game. Get all Ags for everyone. You know, Moon Shards. Who needs to wait? Or sorry, who needs to win the game when you can just wait till your amazing late game? TNC is gonna play as defensively as they can, while NIP desperately trying to do this or to push out this game and finish it now. They just have no more time left. Not even waiting for the. They're gonna wait for the DK to be bought back, so he doesn't have to buy back himself. And the Lycan and Sankin will come out at the same time, so this could be a big team fight going around the Roshan pit. Definitely next objective for both teams. 30 seconds till Roshan comes back as well. Who wins the team fight in the Roshan pit?
Just sit in Roshan, buddy. Who wins the Roshan?
Yeah,
it's weird, right? Because Roshan is a weird bit of terrain to fight around. There's loads of open areas where Lycan Night Stalker can close the gap either up ramps or over terrain with Dark Ascension. So your Oracle, your Earthshake, your Bat are kind of scared. But then you have this Bat, DK, Wraith King, who also have very similar, you know, utility to be able to traverse the terrain in the case of Bat Rider, or just walk into the Roche pit like the DK. Like, oh, look, watch what Armel's doing right now, making the point for me. He just walks into the pit like he doesn't actually care because he's got BKB and the backup of the rest of his squad. Maybe now he'll care. In comes the Night Stalker and finds Tim as pre-Fisher. Jumps straight On Oracle though, trying to take out AU. The stuns, they've caught 2 in the tree line and Tims is gone. Cuckoo follows. The buybacks of TNC need to come out immediately. Armel still has that BKB as Gabby zones out. NIP herds away. The aggressive Radiant heroes, the buybacks flow through from the Filipino side as they return to this Roche Pit fight to find no one to meet them.
And this is the difficulty of the shrine disadvantage. Since you cannot TP to that shrine, you are forced to buy it preemptively. Because if you don't buy back there immediately, NIP takes the Roshan before you can even blink. So TNC had to do that now. Now the buybacks have been forced from them, and they still have to look for the potential Roshan fight. But if NIP decides to take it now, they might be fighting without the dragon form on this Dragon Knight, which would be huge for this next team fight. I'm pretty sure NIP is looking for that. And they send their units in. There's the scout out. There's nobody there. Okay, this could be a potential good idea. But the Echo Slam is still a thing for TNC, and Tims can still close you in that pit with the fissure. So it's still a very dangerous idea if you decide to go in there. It would be a very risky play. You might not want to take that. Also, this Wolf is ensuring that they got vision over the potential TNC initiation. Well, this match is just gonna last a while longer, Gareth. I think we're here for a long run. If NIP win, this is gonna be off the back of a good team fight and then push tier 4 as quickly as they can. But TNC will make sure that they do everything in their hands so that doesn't happen.
You think it's a long... the next, like, one more fight could finish this, right? If NIP win one more fight, that's next Roshan, Refresher Shard, on top of that Aegis and Cheese, and maybe even a second lane of Barracks, that's pretty close to game over. TNC need another couple of fights. Maybe with this move on to the Abaddon. Gabby pressures NIP enough. Lasso back. PPD into the waiting arms of Armel and Gabby now as the Night Stalker charges over the cliff tops, looking for the play, and he's going to get it. Nice little bashes will catch AU out, so Oracle's gone. The move forward, the blinking, Night Stalker catching, killing, Cuckoo's gone. 2 heroes with no buyback, and Ninjas in Pajamas, they've got Tims in their sights. Easy target, big stun in from Saxa, and down you go. The NIP tip AU on the way through, and all we have remaining are Dragon Knight and Wraith King to defend the base.
I trusted TNC much more than that, to be honest. I thought it was them that was going to win this next team fight, but apparently not. NIP taking the advantage. That lack of Dragon form in the team fight meant a lot, and now NIP playing this safe, going for the Roshan before they finish this game, or if they do decide to finish it. This Roshan comes with a Refresher Shard, which would mean a double Shapeshift Hex BKB for Ace. And they decide to give it to him. Perhaps double Diabolic Edict for the last track, not a bad idea either, especially at level 25, we'll see. For now, they're actually jumping onto each other on the mid lane, just annoying Armel. Saxa knowing that not like Armel can do much to stop him right now. As the Roshan falls, NIP marks the last point in the lead in this game. They're going to give it to Night Stalker, who will be able to do that double BKB Dark Ascension. Also very...
You just look at the heroes that are dead. PPD giving his life for the 3 dieback heroes on TNC. Abaddon the sacrifice. As Gabby jumps in, they need his pick off. They need to blow up a hero to get the numbers advantage. Saxa's gone, buys back immediately. As Armel has to retreat behind his tier 4s, but he is being hounded, bashed, and killed off. Turns with a Satanic to try and recover some of his life. And he's not going to do it. No way, no way, no way, TNC. Gabby will get used up. Bail away from NIP. They don't take down Barracks just yet. DK still has that buyback if he wants to pop it, so TNC theoretically 5 heroes can be alive right now. Ninjas in Pajamas going in just a little bit wild.
Yeah, NIP is just not quite able to close it in just yet. TNC manages to defend yet again. Only DK dead, but he still has the buyback. Of course, he buys back without the Dragon form. And again, I'm telling you, Gareth, this game. Yeah, I was wrong after all. Even with that team fight, NIP can't quite close it. You know, it's a difficult game when TNC managed to play that high ground so effectively, and also because 3-3 goes a bit wild when he goes and starts flying with the Dark Ascension. He does go a bit further than he needs to be. A couple times this has happened, unfortunately for him. We're getting the level 25s also in a couple of heroes. The double Dragon Blood armor on the Dragon Knight. Obviously the Wraith King went for the Wraith Fire Blast that we've seen before. Like him with the extra crit. Let's see, Leshrac as well finally got that Diabolic Edict. This means a lot more pushing power for NIP. Now you might consider giving him the Refresher Orb just if you get the final push to take the tier 4s. But I think they're going to wait for the next... Oh, I guess they still have the Aegis on Fata. I guess you fight with the Aegis. You kind of have to force a fight.
Yeah, I'm struggling as well. Like, they've tried and they've tried. And they've got these really nice backstabs, catching the Oracle, catching the Earthshaker. But this Gabby Wraith King, this Armel Dragon Knight, one of them may fall, but you still have to deal with the other one throughout the rest of the team fight. Usually it's this Gabby Wraith King who is seemingly unstoppable as he picks up an Aghanim Scepter now. Oh my goodness. How much money? Hang on a sec. He's 700 gold away from Ag's Synth plus buyback. Already has the Moon Shard eaten up. So we're going to have some ghosts. We're going to have some ghosty dragons and ghosty bats flapping around.
I think the ghosts are actually quite important here, especially for the Bat Rider. We've seen a couple times that Kuku has died without getting his lasso off due to the silence of the Night Stalker. If you get him those extra 7 seconds, lasso's almost guaranteed, and it's not like you need to be alive after lasso has been used. 4 seconds, you know, you drag someone where they need to be dragged, and you're done. That's it. Aphotic Shield and the Night Stalker Crippling Fear has both stopped this potential lasso initiation from being too effective. I like this Ags pickup. And later I would like to see the same Ags on the DK as well. Right now it would matter a lot if you can Ag synth him. So you can get the 4th Dragon form.
Give me all the Ags.
Give me all the Ags. I love this new patch. Let's see. There's 5 heroes though waiting on the low ground for NIP, and I don't think they're going anywhere. They're hoping that TNC makes a small mistake, perhaps even push the rating a bit too far off. Okay, let's think about it. Dark Ascension. What was the Dark Ascension for? Just to go to the bottom lane and take the tier 3? Okay. Dark Ascension just scaring them away. For now, the lack of vision from nighttime is also quite important here from Dark Ascension, but they're still not fighting them. They're destroying Economicon units, and Lycan almost alone took those racks.
I'm just looking at AU and Tim's. Their positioning is so deep. They are waiting and biding their time. They do not want to get jumped. TNC.
It doesn't.
TNC are holding.
And Peaches. They are, but they almost lost the melee Rex there. You know, if you get him next time at just half HP, 3/4, whatever, you get them next time. Right? It's just another attempt like that. Dark Ascension having to be used just for the vision change and potential threat 3/3 can mean is, you know, a bit of a waste to some degree. I guess you just can't use it though effectively.
If NIP committed, I'm wondering if NIP didn't have the buyback cooldowns noted down. Like, it's getting close, right? You know, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Can be difficult to judge or gauge in the heat of the moment. Maybe they felt that the buybacks were just too close there for TNC. They'd rather fight on some more even footing.
Maybe.
But TNC now have like all their buybacks ready. Just need a bit more money on Armel's Dragon Knight and he's sorted. He's ready to go.
Maybe they weren't confident they could win despite not having buybacks, you know. It's
but the thing
like, maybe you're just thinking the split push.
Now it's expired. That was their time. Aegis is gone now.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point actually. They just kind of give up and think now is a split pushing tactic. Now is what we have to do. Distract. I mean, notice the distraction. It did Dark Ascension kind of in the middle part of this wall. Do you go through here and then into the middle lane, and you go through the bottom lane, try to take the tower, and you do a fair amount of damage. Ace can take the tower next time with a BKB, Scythe of Vice, allowing you to also have the kind of extra time without stuns on you. Maybe that's all you have left is NIP, honestly. You cultivate level 25 on the supports, that's how long this game has gone. And like, PPD almost has level 25, Jesus.
The difficulty here is NIP can't really split push it. Kuku nearly had him. Saxa blinks away in the nick of time.
Alright,
like,
DK got his butter. Sorry.
Yeah, like NIP are split pushing reasonably well. You know, they're kind of pivoting from bot to mid, allowing top to push naturally. But it's scary split pushing into Batrider, into Earthshaker. You could get jumped at any given moment. And Gabby's just walking up high ground, wanders into the midst of NIP, trying to battle into the Leshrac, has the Abyssal Blade there and loses his first life. Immediately reincarnates up. Force Promise onto the Earthshaker now, has the Echo still. They need to heal up Tim's. Fisher's there, is dragged back as 3-3 falls. TNC holding their high ground. Ace did move in to try and clear up the barracks, but it's being glyphed up and saved. As the mid lane shoved by Fata, TP in from Kuku, looking for the Lesh. And IP bail away, so the catch is in the mid lane still. Saxa burrows back to safety. Tim's jumping around like a madman. Yule's up into the air with Lotus up there. They will be able to turn it back around on the Sand King and find another kill. Saxa gone for 2 minutes, and TNC, they're running forward, aggressively looking for more plays. They're dropping the Sept in all chat now.
Yeah,
Let's go.
they almost got this. I mean, they have no initiation now on IP. It's just a matter of perhaps getting the last kill, taking the objective that might make a difference, like the tier 3, so you can open up the map and take the shrines. Or maybe Ace, who's alone in the bottom lane. They catch him with a fissure. He thought to go for a cheeky split pushing play, but it's just not working out for him. Instead, he's only gonna meet with death. TNC.
That's why split pushing is so hard, right? NIP, that's what they need to do. They've got Lesh pushing top and Ace pushing down bottom with a Lycan, but against a Bat, against this Wraith King who can jump you, Abyssal Blade you, so many ways to catch and kill. TNC, they are on the money right now. Only one lane of racks down. Roshan back up potentially in 20 seconds. TNC, they've maybe got this one.
Yeah, TNC are starting to push out the lane, shoving them out slowly but steadily. Now they're finally grouping up in the middle lane as much as they can. DK getting those trial boots from the shop. He's decided everyone needs trial boots at this point. 60 minutes in, you need to have the potential to just join your teammates. There's a creep alone, but DK can travel to it. And they go, try to take the easiest tier 3 first. This tower is clear to fall for the Wraith King. There's no buyback, or they don't want to use the buyback, sorry, on Ace right now. They might have to consider it. With the lack of sanking though, you have no team fight, so you don't really want to risk it too much. For now, the slow blink of Cuckoo, or short blink by Cuckoo, going for the middle lane now. And this would make it so that TNC have a superiority in terms of racks. Dragon Knight helping out now with his Dragon form and the ridiculous amount of attack speed. PPD, the only hero that can face him now. They get the Lesh Shark in. They manage to stun him out. Armel is tanking his damage perfectly. A nice burrow strike in the backlines though, stopping an initiation from behind. And they separate the course from the supports. But Gabby is the only one taking damage. He starts a reincarnation. They manage to get the Marshall. Father might just die here. Need a bit more damage. Fun is gone. And with this 3-3 still hunting out supports, manages to get the kill on the Earthshaker as it comes back in. Saxa in the backlines, and not safe against Armel and Gabby. But he does burrow strike himself away. A shapeshift close to ending. They get the bash, which means Raven can't TP away. Gabby needs some more time so he can get a second reincarnation, but the damage is too good. Gabby will go down. Even with the the ghost being alive here, can't do much with it, and he's not going to reincarnate in time.
Both TNC heroes have buyback. NIP losing a full lane of racks bottom. Tier 3 mid. TNC really sticking it to them. 1 minute 20 until Roshan respawns, so perfectly times with Wraith King's reincarnation as well. But NIP here, they need to force buybacks. That is objective number 1. Move towards the Dire base, force buybacks, take another lane, try and close out this game one way or another. You've got the Lesh Edict explosions at level 25. You've got a level 25 Abaddon with the shield health up. Hell, is everyone level 25? No.
Yeah.
There's one hero. One hit. Tim!
No,
Sorry,
AU as well.
AU also is level 24. They need to crack level 25. Let's get it done, TNC. NIP,
Shapeshift.
move up onto high ground though. They are the ones pushing this advantage. Map advantage for them as Abaddon on the high ground alone, ditched by the rest of his team, has been left in an awkward position there, PPD.
That's a gem. That's actually pretty big. TNC just got a free gem there. That's map control for them as well. With Roshan spawning soon, that's actually quite important. And that's level 25 for our at least one of our supports. No, Tim's is still out there, but at least the Oracle makes it. AU gets that 2 seconds false promise duration. Not a joke, actually. Pretty big level 25 for them. And now immediately they head towards the Roche. They know. At least they have slight advantage. They even get a lucky illusion rune to shove out the lanes. 6 seconds to this Roche come back. No, TNC, do not miss it. Oh, they will not know. They need the Oracle to check again. They thought they were unlucky. They can still do this. The Wolf will actually find it, so NIP will know the Roshan's up now. But TNC for now takes the Shrine, of course. First take the Shrine, stop with TP buybacks. And go for the tier 2 as well. Stop any potential NIP might have to combat this.
Both teams want to play with their buybacks at this point. Both teams want defender's advantage. They want to be able to buy back and TP to tier 3s, to tier 4s, shrines, whatever it may be, just get into the fight. But TNC have set up in Roshan now. They're looking for it. They actually start the fight with Roche. Net worth lead is meaningless right now. Initiation is everything. Vision is everything. Nightstalker pops his ulti for that exact reason. Shifts forward, 3-3.
DK Ags.
Nice. Scout.
It's ready.
When he can, Armel, you're right, does have that Ag synth. Now the big black dragon is going to come out to play.
So excited. That's the only thing I wanted this whole game. We have a black dragon ready.
Oh,
I think it's
Roshan's
bugged.
dying so quickly. TNC
Oh no.
fast enough. Roshan's going to die. Where?
They have echoes from those. They got to run.
The Blink Echo
Run
right
it.
now. Gabby's moving forward. Fata gets the Aegis. 3-3 is going to flap his wings, but it's daytime now, and they're going to catch PPD in the pit. Gabby and Armel, they'll burn him away. Fata turns with a nice two-man stun. The burrow in the back, Sax is caught. That Cuckoo Batrider, and the cause at the front. Gabby's dying very quickly. Armel needing for his BKB as well. He's got Satanic to fall back on now, as Gabby's reincarnation will bring him back to the battlefield. But they're turning and running. TNC do not want to fight here. Ow, the Urchin is caught. Doesn't have the Echo. Has it now. Blink ready.
Oh, the lasso.
Target though with the lasso. Nightstalker caught. TNC have turned yet another fight with Sims finally getting in on them. The Echo Slam will secure a victory. TNC remove 2 of NIP. No buybacks on their battle on the Sand King. Nightstalker has one, but you see the line drawn by 3-3, telling Ace to get into that dire base.
There's only one last
Go
chance.
for the base race. Just rush it.
Just okay. Yeah, rush it for TNC as well. This might be a base race as Ace tries to do the same, but it's just Ace against the whole team. What can you do, little Lycan? He's gonna try and put the backdoor protections also his way. The creeps are coming in the top lane, but there's the illusion by Cuckoo. They distract almost all the creeps. A single creep goes away, but the creeps stop him now as the Ancient's about to fall. They managed to bring it down. Leshrac Fata can't do anything, and TNC will concentrate on his throne. Goodbye, TNC. Take this game in a crazy comeback that manages to secure the first point in the series.
TNC! The game went